Hello and welcome to the Discerning Nerd. I am your host, Will Allen, and with me as always,
Mike Bryson.
Today, we're going to have a serious talk about parodies.
We're going to have a talk about parodies. Serious is yet to be determined. Really, I guess we just kind of want to talk about our favorite parodies of all time.
And why nobody makes them anymore.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Seltzer and Freeberg, or however you pronounce their two names.
Yeah. Seltzer.
They're awful.
Frybragg.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's like epic movie and superhero movie. I don't know if superhero movie was them specifically.
It was in their style.
Yeah, but it was definitely meant to... vampires suck. Was that Meet the Spartans? Wasn't that them too?
Meet the Spartans. Yeah. All the scary... Like, you did it good one time.
Well, no. Because the first two scary movies were the Wayans
Brothers. Yeah.
And then the rest.
Yes.
No good. I guess, basically... look at stuff like Airplane.
Yeah.
I mean, Airplane is like the definitive, ridiculous parody movie.
Well, it's sort of it didn't really establish it. Mel Brooks established it in the 60s.
Yeah.
But Blazing Saddles. Stop. Parodies of genres are always better than parodies of specific movies.
Yeah, I think that might be what it is, actually. It's because Airplane technically spoofs a single movie called 0 Hour, but it's a very broad spoof. It's not like individual scenes from 0 Hour cut piece by piece.
Well, it's a parody of disaster movies like Inferno and Hurricane and all those weird disaster movies.
Which is why the name of the movie is just Airplane! Yes. Exclamation point.
And it was such a good parody, it killed the disaster movie genre.
I know, right? Oh, God.
Because, it's like, how do we make the most fun of this stupid genre of movies? Play it completely seriously, just with jokes in it.
Yeah, and the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah.
Wrongfully. Anything with Leslie Nielsen. He's had some stinkers in there that weren't as good as his others.
I don't know. I even like the ones that are crap, like 2001 A Space Travesty.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie, and I'll still watch it just because it's that right kind of parody.
I love that movie because it ends with Bill Clinton having a saxophone duel with evil Bill Clinton.
I can't hate that.
No.
Why, who could?
I sat through that whole movie on Comedy Central 12 times just to watch that scene. Because it made me laugh so much. Also the scene where they're going through the 3 Tenors condoms. Because, sure. They got the 3 Tenors, the real ones, to do that scene. So there's a scene with freaking Pavarotti screaming about condoms.
I could just... it's in my head now and it won't leave. And it's not a good image. It's not...
No?
Because my imagination's running wild with just 3 tenors and condoms. And so I just got to shut that part of my brain out. It's the same part that knows math.
Well, yeah.
But
opera, math, same basic thing.
One of my favorites was always Hot Shots was good, but Hot Shots Part Deux, just because it's a blatant Rambo parody, but set during the Gulf War.
I miss when Charlie Sheen was acceptable.
Yes. Oh, come on, man. Stop with the torpedoes of truth. And yes, I realize you have AIDS. I get it. And no one was surprised.
No. But in fact, it explained a whole lot of the last 5 years.
Yeah, but Hot Shots Part D. It's brilliant. It's just such an affectionate parody of anything that Jean-Claude Van Damme or anything that Sylvester Stallone has ever done. And it's utterly brilliant.
And it came out the same time that his brother Emilio Estevez, which is a weird thing to know, that those two are brothers.
It's Estevez, basically, it was his mother's name, wasn't it? Because he didn't want to ride he didn't want to ride Martin Sheen's coattails.
It's the same thing Nick Cage did.
Yeah, because he's a Coppola.
Yeah, but...
Except he still got all his roles due to, obvious...
Because everyone in the industry knew...
Yeah.
Also, I feel like at a certain point, when are you going to tell Nick Cage no? Because if you tell him no, he may do something. You don't know what.
It'll just be something. Like, he'll fund his own Superman.
Like, that's sort of those things.
That almost happened, you know?
Where he shows up and, he's like, hey, guys, I want to be Aquaman. It's like, no, Nick, you can't be Aquaman. And then the next day he shows up with a freaking, like, swordfish cannon.
Yeah, Aquaman,
master of the seas, and he just like fires a sawfish through your car window. and if you look at that in any other person, you'd be like, "What happened?" And then but for him, it's just we should have known.
Are we confusing Nicolas Cage with Adam West or the Robot Chicken version of Ted Turner?
They're similar.
Like, have you seen test footage of what he did to get into character for Ghost Rider? I think I mentioned that once before, and I have to talk about it just because it's utterly ridiculous. Well, I talked about it before, and I don't know if you remember, but he had like the mocap stuff on, and he painted his face like a skull.
Of course he
did. He painted his face black, then he painted like the white skull markings, and would just fucking yell at the dude he was in the scene with. I could just straight yell at him, and then just digitize that shit, like no problem.
Can you imagine doing Kick-Ass and being that girl? You're gonna be alone with Nicolas Cage a lot.
Oh, God.
What's he going to do with me in this movie? Well, the first thing he's going to do is shoot you in the chest.
Yeah, so, sorry.
Sorry, Chloe Moritz. We've inflicted this on you. Wow, I'm terrified. It's okay. We're going to burn him alive later.
Yeah.
Which fills in my Nicolas Cage corollary. In any Nicolas Cage movie, enjoyment of the film increases if Nicolas Cage is, at any point in the film, on fire.
Agreed.
Kick-Ass, he is set on fire. Great movie. Ghost Rider, he is made of fire. Not a great movie, but a fun movie to watch.
Well, no, it's the difference between a great film and a great movie. Great film is like The King's Speech. A great movie is Machete.
Yes.
So, another amazing parody movie.
But yeah, and Nick Cage, Face Off. That's a fun movie. He's not on fire, though. Wicker Man. The movie ends with him on fire.
Yeah, terrible movie, real fun to watch.
Yeah.
Real fun to watch. Just for the scene where he streaks across and punches a woman while dressed as a bear.
Again, I feel that's one of those scenes where it's like, was that in the script, or did he just do that while the cameras were rolling?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Nick? I'm a bear.
Bears punch. No, they don't, Nick. They've never done that.
I'm a predator. Bears are omnivores. Predator.
Yeah, but Machete. Machete is another one that just nails it.
I love Machete because it's a parody of blaxploitation movies, but it's about Mexicans.
Yes, and it takes a lot of its cues actually from the Robert Rodriguez serious films.
I hope so, because
the
he
Mariachi.
made it.
Exactly. So it takes so many cues from that, and I don't know how many times I've been texting, and all I can think is Machete improvise. I'll be home alone texting, and I'll say that to myself. That's not good. I shouldn't admit that to people, but
and just remember,
it's true.
From your childhood, Machete from Machete is Uncle Machete from Spy Kids.
Canonically, yeah.
That is
Robert
the
Rodriguez.
same character. That's what he does when he's not with Junie and Juanita.
Yeah, when he's not with those annoying, horrible children that coincidentally, accidentally made sure we got the cinematic masterpiece Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D.
Oh, God, yes. Because we needed to introduce Taylor Lautner to the world as a weird kid with a fin on his back.
It's a painful thing, but we all had to go through it.
What a career that guy's had. Shark Boy and Lava Girl, Twilight, those
Valentine's Day.
I was going to say, those 3 movies he made that weren't Twilight to get away from Twilight, and he failed because that movie consumed the career of everyone who was in it.
Yeah.
Except for Jackson Rathbone and Michael Sheen.
Who did Michael Sheen play?
Arrow. The best character.
No, I mean in Twilight.
Arrow.
Who the hell's Arrow?
The leader of the Volturi.
Oh! You mean the guy who's doing his best Vincent Price impression whenever he talks? Oh, God.
Bring me the girl. Just mincing.
Okay, I've never...
that character...
He's supposed to be Italian.
I guess.
He's a member of the Tory that like are stationed out of Rome, aren't they? Are they like in the Vatican?
Okay,
or some shit?
look, freaking.
But he's a fop.
What's his name? Jasper Harpo. He's supposed to be a Confederate soldier. He sounds like he's Canadian.
Just
Accents,
we're gonna fight this Union Army, eh?
Accents meant nothing in that movie.
That's fair. That's fair. You're right. My bad. I'm sorry for criticizing Twilight in its goofy ass direction. That was
honestly,
my bad.
if he had done an Italian accent, it would have been less wonderful. Because then he just would have sounded like Super Mario. Because that's exactly what it would have been like.
Bring me the girl.
No, like freaking like the '80s cartoon Mario.
Dracula.
Like he's like, bring me the girl. Or get us a spaghetti. Ride the Yoshi.
No. The best one was the Super Mario Brothers Super Show because it had the live action,
which was who talked differently than the Mario in the cartoon.
Yeah, it was utterly ridiculous. They were like the very first episode because it was on one of the streaming services for a bit, and I regret this entirely. I went and I pressed play, and a part of my soul died. Because I saw this Ron Jeremy lookalike and this guy that looked nothing like John Leguizamo.
Besmirch not the name of Captain Lou Albano.
Bro, all I'm saying is, dude, what I'm saying is they weren't Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, but they still had big, like, fake twirly mustaches, and they had these giant, cartoonish white gloves.
To be fair, that came first, so Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo weren't like them.
Yeah, but...
Also, go find some of Captain Lou Albano's wrestling promos. You'll understand. You won't understand why they chose him to be Mario, but you'll understand.
The scene, like, there's just this scene where Luigi is like looking at his hands. He's like, nice and neat. Like they have a moral of the day, and it's like, keep yourself clean, because sometimes people form their opinions on you based on whether or not you've got mustard on your shirt.
Well, Luigi has to be the clean one. He is the mama. He's Mama Luigi.
Oh, God. Capiche Paisan. Capiche Paisan.
That's a Weird Al song.
La 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 lasagna. There's a parody I like. That's a parody I enjoy. Lasagna.
I like that line of that song because he's threatening children. Capiche paisano means understand, kid.
My favorite part of Machete, to get back on topic, is that scene where, like, Lindsay Lohan's character, because I don't remember her name because it's just Lindsay Lohan's character, and her mom are, like, topless in the pool, waiting for the pool boy to show up so they can sleep with him. Because that was their plan.
Machete.
They're filming a porno, and then he shows up, and they're like, oh... Why? Because they think he's the pool boy. Why don't you come in the pool? And he's there to kill the bad guy, and he just looks completely like that Danny Trejo, like Easter Island head look, just that stone face, and he just starts shrugging out of his shirt, just immediately. And the song that plays is just this porno ditty with some chick in the background going, machete, 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 which is the greatest thing I have ever heard in my life.
Because Robert Rodriguez gets it.
He gets it.
He goes, I am known for this style. I'm going to go so far into my own style, it becomes a parody of my style.
That was like the first
It's what
time
he tried to do when he made Death Proof.
Yes, but...
Or did he make the other one?
I can't remember.
When he made Grindhouse.
But the sense of humor wasn't there.
Yeah.
That was the problem. The sense of humor wasn't there.
You know, like the sense of humor where he made a movie called Desperado and didn't expect people on the internet to constantly set it to Desperado.
I think what you should do just for the juxtaposition is any scene after Johnny Depp gets his eyes gouged out should be set to that song. But you should totally leave in his dialogue. So he's like, what is it, like, I don't have any eyes. I forget what he calls the guy, but it's brilliant. It's not fuckface. It's something that I literally, like, I can't remember, but it's utterly brilliant.
Of course.
Because it's really, really, really horribly obscene what he calls that man. But it's just, I don't have any eyes. Horrible thing. So yeah, set that to Desperado. I want to hear that.
honestly, inappropriate music is the best way to do parodies, and it's an underutilized technique.
Okay.
Like,
so,
where frickin' I watched Kung Pao with my wife yesterday because we both realized neither one of us has seen this movie in like 10 years.
yes, I like big butts and I cannot lie.
And then he hits the thing with a shuriken, and it switches to a techno remix of Black Betty.
Yes, I remember that. Oh, that's another one. That's brilliant.
That movie is brilliant in its stupidity.
Yes, it's just
Every second of that movie is dumb.
The scene, he gets hit right across the face. Like, at this point, I had two choices. I could duck and avoid the claw, or I could take the claw in the face. And then it hits him, and he freezes again. I chose wrong. That and anything Stephen Chow ever did, except for that one like really touching movie about him and the little boy.
Yeah, I'm sad. He sort of switched to doing like heartwarming family films. Although I need to see his new movie about the mermaids who murder a town.
What?
It's just called Mermaid. Apparently they want to build a resort on the Mermaids Lagoon, so the mermaids just kill everybody.
Brilliant. And
it's a comedy.
Yes!
Oh.
There you go, right there.
But yeah, Kung Fu Hustle, and Shaolin Soccer, and The God of Cookery, and the fourth one, whose name I can't remember, because there were 4 of those Kung Fu parody movies.
The Kung Fu Hustle is my personal favorite.
It has a Roadrunner chase in it.
Yeah, I can't get over anything in that movie. Like, it's so damn goofy. I can't even explain.
Yes. I was just trying to think of good examples of, like, inappropriate music making a scene better. I just thought of one, is in Kick-Ass. The first time you see Hit Girl, and it's playing the Banana Splits while she decapitates people.
Yo, God, I love the Banana Splits theme song.
Yeah.
Like the 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana,
and she
4.
stabs a dude, and she calls them cunts. It's awesome.
Yes, that is utterly brilliant. I love it.
I
love it
would
entirely.
have loved to have been her mother going through the script.
She's like,
it's all the stuff Hit Girl has to say, and her 12-year-old daughter has to do it.
I've thought about that a lot of
whenever like you see little kids say horrible things in movies, I'm always like, I wonder what their parents said about this.
Right? Oh man.
Like Interview with a Vampire when tiny like Drew Barrymore
No, Kirsten Dunst.
Tiny Kirsten Dunst has to be like have a weird sex scene with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, where she has to be straight Lolita.
And it's like,
big time.
Dude, especially knowing what we know about him now.
Yeah.
That must have been super uncomfortable for her parents.
Oh, God. I couldn't
Man,
imagine.
what a downgrade. She went from Tom Cruise to Tobey Maguire. It's just like, I wonder what I'll be doing in my career in 10 years. Make out with Tobey upside down, Kirsten.
And I hate that that's like an iconic scene in movies. Like, that hurts me so much.
Yeah. Why couldn't she have been playing Gwen Stacy? Because then we could have the iconic moment of Tobey Maguire accidentally killing Kirsten Dunst. I have nothing against Kirsten Dunst, but I want to see Tobey Maguire try to act that scene.
I want to see Tobey Maguire,
whiny, like baby angst face.
I just want to see Tobey Maguire try to act. Because so far it never looked like he did.
No, because let's be real about what Tobey Maguire is. Tobey Maguire
is not Topher Grace.
Well, no.
I mean, that's pretty much how I remember him. He's not Eric Foreman.
And then they put Eric Foreman in a movie.
I know! And what is... Okay, I have to say this. Because I can't stop harping on it. I recently read that they canonically, in the Marvel Universe, put Venom on a threat level equal to Doctor Doom and Red Skull. He's that much of a threat to the heroes because of what he is and what he represents and what he can do.
To be 100% fair to the comics, it's not Eddie Brock anymore.
No, it's not Eddie Brock. It was just him for a long time. Now
Yeah.
it's it was Matt Gargan for a minute. Now it's Flash Thompson, but he's a good guy working for the government.
Yeah, because Eddie
Flash
Brock
Thompson.
is Anti-Venom, Flash Thompson is Agent Venom, and then there's another Venom.
Yeah, and
Stop
Toxic. No, Toxin.
No, Toxin's a good guy.
Was Toxin a good guy?
Because there's like 5 symbiotes, and like 3 of them are good. Because Carnage and the new Venom are evil, and there's a good Venom, and then Toxin is good. And
okay, well, there's an anti-Venom. It's a good Venom. But then there's still a Venom that is like still good.
Yeah,
like, there's the anti-hero Venom.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. But anyway...
Spider-Man's continuity is fucked up.
Yeah, this was like after Clone Wars and everything.
Yeah.
The Clone Saga, like, Jesus Christ. But, you know, and while we're talking about Spider-Man, I do want to bring up, like, when I originally saw superhero movie being teased, like, a lot of the trailers made it look like it was actually just following the same pattern of Spider-Man, but that it was just going to be, like, a superhero movie with a tongue-in-cheek sense of humor.
Like Kick-Ass!
Like Kick-Ass, but they didn't do that.
Oh, man, and man am I glad Kick-Ass is the way it is instead of the way the comic is. Because Mark Miller hates everyone.
And you know what the worst part is? I feel like the first Kick-Ass movie, it was an improvement because it didn't follow the graphic novel the whole way, and I felt like the second one
followed it too much.
Well, except it deviated in just a couple of important, I hate calling it like the rape scene.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you know, it's a rape scene, but like in the movie,
that was a good deviation in the movie. Then,
I actually feel like the fact they just turned it into like you can't get it up joke, like I actually didn't think it was a good.
Yeah, but the alternative was watching McLovin rape somebody.
No, you could easily just have him, you know, imply it. You imply
even if
rape,
you imply it, you still have the dissonance in your mind.
McLovin.
McLovin raped somebody.
They should have got Michael Cera.
He can go to a dark place.
Because then it's Scott Pilgrim.
George Michael, what did you do?
I feel like... Does anyone else think Michael Cera ages in reverse? He's got, like, Merlin's disease.
He's, what, like 29 or something? But, like, he looks the same.
Yeah, like, it's really weird. I really think he's, like, a Benjamin Button thing. He's just, like... I can't explain this. It's just... How does he not get older?
I think it was just mostly that when he was, like, 18, he looked like he was 35.
I don't know.
He's sort of gotten stuck.
She's just...
He also keeps getting replaced with similar but different enough actors.
Yeah, like Jesse Eisenberg. For the longest time, I did not know those were two different people.
Yeah, Zombieland was the first... Oh, no, it is a different person.
Yeah, no, that's literally when I thought. I was like, I thought Michael Cera was in this.
Yeah, Jesse... Who's Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah.
Oh, he's serious Michael Cera. Because he makes Zombieland, but then he goes and makes, like, the Facebook movie. And now he's a really bad version of Lex Luthor.
A really bad one. It was terrible.
But I'll be fair, except for Batfleck.
Fight Night. Fight Night.
Basically everything is the worst version.
Batfleck. That's the best name.
Ben Affleck. He's wanted that for so long, and he finally got it, and they ruined it for him.
That video on the internet of him and whoever the hell that is playing Superman.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, that's it. And they're like in the interview, and then like the interviewer asks him like, "How do you feel about people calling this the worst superhero movie or something like that?" And you see that he just sadness. He just looks away, and Henry Cavill just starts defending it, talking about it. Someone took that. Just they keep slowly zooming in on his face.
Hello, darkness.
It's the sound of silence. It's the funniest damn thing I've ever seen. That's a better parody than superhero movies.
Is if you watch if you watch the whole interview, they bring it back and he gets happy again because they go, but the one thing that's universally praised is your portrayal of Batman. Because, that's the best thing in the movie. Because everyone who's spent the last 20 years giving Ben Affleck shit, he's a great actor. And the only character he's ever wanted to play is Batman. He gets Batman.
Yeah, let him have that.
He took Daredevil because he didn't think he could get Batman. He's got Batman now. Let Ben Affleck be Batman!
Not just that, he didn't just take Batman. Like, he didn't just get Batman after he took Daredevil. Let's think about that for a second. He got Batman after Daredevil was on his resume. Like, come on! Though, if we can be honest, the main thing that ruins the Daredevil movie...
The editing.
Well, I think it's Jennifer Garner. She is wretched in that movie. She is terrible.
Yes.
And she's even worse in this weird pseudo-sequel.
And Colin Farrell is terrible in that movie.
God.
Ben Affleck's pretty good in that movie.
Ben Affleck's a good actor.
Especially if you watch the director's cut and you get the entire subplot they excised of freaking
Matt Murdock.
Matt
Murdock.
Doing lawyer stuff.
Which is that's like part of the draw, is that he works both sides, the legal and the vigilante
and look
side.
at freaking Netflix Daredevil. All the best scenes are Matt and
Murdock.
Foggy doing lawyer stuff.
While we're talking about Ben Affleck,
that oddly man who's not fat but looks fat.
He's got face fat. That's what it is.
Because he's not fat any part of his body.
He's got a face. He's got a pudgy face. He's a Play-Doh face.
I love that guy. I'm sorry I don't remember your name. I'm terrible with
what else has he been in?
Names. I have no idea. Things.
I'm not going to.
Who cares? He's going to be in every one of those.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to talk about Gremlins 2. Because Gremlins 1 is tongue-in-cheek, but it's not really a parody of horror movies. Gremlins 2 is a parody of Gremlins. Like, it really is. And it's a satire of, like, American, like, media culture in, like, the 80s and 90s anyway. But, like, Gremlins was great. And then Gremlins 2, like, there's that scene in Gremlins where she's like, my father died on Christmas. It's why I don't like Christmas. We know about it. But they do a scene like that in Gremlins 2.
But isn't it like...
It's President's Day. Yeah. It's President's Day. We're still talking about there's this guy that she knew when she was a kid, and he was dressed just like Abraham Lincoln. And the main character, I think his name is Michael, actually. It's Mike. Mikey, or whatever. And he starts, like, ushering her away like she does this. Like in their relationship, he's had to deal with this. That's so amazing.
It's like, oh, she's got a condition. What is it? Sometimes she looks stage left and remembers things.
Yeah. And the scene where they're interviewing the intelligent gremlin, and it's just bullshit. Because he drinks, like, the brain serum from the lab. At the bioweapons lab in the basement of a TV station.
Dude, this is a movie that the theatrical version, the film fake snaps halfway through because the gremlins broke it, and Hulk Hogan comes in to scare them away.
Yeah.
And it's different on the VHS version.
Yeah, it is. They did not include that part.
Because I know that exists. I know Hulk Hogan threatens the gremlins so the movie can keep playing.
I want to be a Hulkamaniac. Didn't he have his own, like Chef Boyardee?
He had Pastamania.
Pastamania!
His Italian wrestling-themed restaurant.
Oh my god! That's what it must be from. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh god. But yeah.
It's so apropos that his theme song is Real American, and it turns out that he's a huge sexist prick.
Right? But in Gremlins 2, like the smart gremlin, he's in an interview with, like, the guy that's supposed to be the old male Vampirella. What was it, Elvira? Like, he's supposed to be, like, he hosts, like, the scary movie night. He gets his chance at a big break, and he's interviewing the intelligent gremlin. And he goes, we want what everyone wants. A civilization. And, like, the very next scene is just some gremlins tearing havoc and just sowing chaos in some room full of screaming people. No, you do not. It's brilliant. I fucking love that movie. It's one of my favorites.
That's the important thing, though. Parodies have to be intelligent. You can't just slam scenes from different movies together and go, oh, you remember that. It's a joke.
Yeah, like, I think
it's gotta be smart.
What was it, an Epic movie? I think that they had, like, the X-Men parody.
Oh yeah, and the joke is that he flicks him off with the Wolverine claws. That happened in the X-Men movie.
Yeah, you just used their joke in an objectively shittier way.
Yeah, you'd even have the funny Joss Whedon line. And it was like, it's me. Prove it. You're a dick. Okay. That is the funniest thing in the first X-Men movie. I love, because, if you didn't know this, Joss Whedon spent a lot of time in the early, like, between Buffy and be starting making films a lot of time doing like script rewrites.
Yeah.
So like he did a draft of the X-Men, and there's only like 4 lines remaining from his draft.
Nice.
It's like that one, the line about the Toad getting struck by lightning.
Damn you, Joss!
Well, apparently that was the culmination of a running gag, but they cut out every other instance of it.
Oh, so
it just
it's
doesn't
doomed
make
to
sense.
failure.
Yeah. Because apparently it was originally Toad would say, what do you call a toad that does X, and then he does it, and then finally Storm does that. And it was, instead of just being a weird, stupid line, it was, oh, it's the end of this long joke.
Yeah, it's an inversion of his catchphrase while he's dying.
You know, something funny and clever, intelligent.
Like Firefly?
Yeah.
Oh, huh.
Or, you know, like, he's even said he did a script doctor on Titan AE, and there is exactly one scene that he wrote left in the movie. And it's the scene where they're trying to get past the guard, and they dress in, like...
That's the best scene in the movie!
And he's like, no, that's not what this religion dressed like. Like, huh, an intelligent guard. Didn't see that coming.
Yes. Akrillian traders always threaten before, like, it was like the first thing to do.
Yes.
It's tradition. And he does, like, with his bearing, the way he walks, he doesn't walk like a slave, probably ex-military. Your robes are made out of bed sheets. Yeah, no, I've seen that. I'm a huge Don Bluth fan.
Oh, I love that movie.
I am a
that is
massive,
a super underrated
yes,
movie.
I'm a massive Don Bluth fan. I mean, I have like the DVD video games of Dragon's Lair. Like I do. You can see them on my shelf over there. I do. I had Space Ace, but I don't know where it is. It's just lost to the annals of time, which is fine because Dragon's Lair is the one that matters. Mm-hmm. But like, I'm a massive Don Bluth fan, and I know that Rockadoodle wasn't that great, and that he kind of waned really at the end there, especially with the Troll in Central Park. But All Dogs Go to Heaven, The Land Before Time, Titan AE.
Only the first one.
Only the first one. The first one of both of those, actually.
The Secret of Nim.
The Secret of Nim. That was like his first big movie, and it is also his best. Oh my god.
Also, man, when you're like 5... and you watch that movie.
Yeah, you grow up with darkness in your heart.
It affects you.
Yeah, it's like The Last Unicorn. You like when you watch the shit that we watched when we were kids that was deemed appropriate, you grow up already too serious for your age.
I spent so long in my life wondering what a schmendrick was.
A schmendrick? It's a dick joke.
It is.
Yeah.
And it sounds like one, but even when you're a little kid and you're like, what's a schmendrick? Why is he called schmendrick?
Yep.
It's a Jew joke about penises.
Yep, you just walk away from that one.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jews, I felt like that would be a good segue into talking about everything Mel Brooks has ever done.
I'm trying to think of a movie he made that wasn't a parody. I guess The Producers isn't technically a parody.
It's not a parody.
Well, the movie isn't a parody. The second movie of the musical of the movie about a musical is a parody of musical movies.
Which is brilliant. But that, like that, and there was one that he did with his wife at one point that was not well received.
Oh, it's To Be or Not to Be. The one about the, like, Jewish troop in Nazi Germany.
Yeah, and at one point he said that literally that entire movie was worth making just so he could sing Sweet Georgie Brown in Yiddish with his wife. Seriously, he said that it might have been in Polish, but they sing it in a foreign language. He said that like literally that's like the highlight of his career and his marriage was just being in front of the camera with his wife singing Sweet Georgie Brown.
Hey, I bought the Mel Brooks collection, which is frustrating because it's not a complete collection.
What's it missing?
It's missing The Producers,
Spaceballs,
and Dracula Dead and Loving It. So it's like, I already own Spaceballs, which is part of why I bought the collection, because I don't like buying duplicates of movies.
Yeah.
But it was like, seriously, 2 of his 4 most famous movies aren't in this box set. And Dracula Dead and Loving It's hard to find. Come on, guys.
And the thing is, Dracula Dead and Loving It isn't great, but it's
you can't be on the top of your game for 30 years.
Yeah, and I personally like it better than A Vampire in Brooklyn.
Well, yeah.
The Eddie Murphy one.
Well, yeah, because
That movie is wretched.
Yeah, and at least Dracula Dead and Loving It is trying to be funny.
The scene that I always remember was when I think Renfield does this twice in the entire movie. But he'll peek in on a woman, and then he'll get punished for it, and he'll just be like, I didn't see anything, I didn't see anything, I didn't see anything, and then everyone walks away, and he just to himself goes, I saw everything.
God, that's like that scene in Extras where Ricky Gervais is talking to Patrick Stewart about his idea for a movie. It's just weird. Professor X is like, so I use my mind powers on her, and she takes off all her clothes, and and then she runs. She's embarrassed, but I've seen everything.
but I've seen everything. Oh, that's a great one. That's
but man, Mel Brooks, up until like the year 2000, he was
just nailing
everything.
Blazing Saddles.
Again, a parody so good it killed the genre it was parodying.
Yes,
because you cannot watch Blazing Saddles and then watch a Western.
Nope. Because
not even like a really good one. Like you can go and watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and you're still sitting there going, never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo.
Never mind that shit. Oh, God.
And so appropriate. Because
Gabby Johnson is right. Leonard Johnson is right.
Howard Johnson is right.
That is authentic frontier gibberish right there.
Gene Wilder.
I know. R.I.P., my friend.
It's sad. You gotta remember, these are simple farmers. The clay of the New West.
The salt of the earth.
You know, morons. A line so funny that the take in the film is the one where he corpsed the least.
Yes. It's just, damn it.
Oh,
so good.
Every scene in that movie is funny. I can't think of in like regular comedies where that's the case.
Yeah, it's just every single scene. And some people think that it goes on, like stretches a little long in the end during the fight when they break into the Hollywood.
But that's also part of the joke.
Yeah.
Also, you gotta
like
get
fake westerns are.
You gotta get Dom DeLuise.
Yeah, why?
doing the French mistake.
Throw out your hands, stick out your tush, hands on your hips, give them a push. Don't be surprised you're doing the French mistake.
Sir,
all day.
You can't come in here. Screw you, I work for Mel Brooks.
God.
Oh, Slim Pickens.
Slim Pickens from riding an atomic bomb down to Moscow.
And you know that's the only reason he's in the movie. It's because of that. Also, the parody was so smart. He wanted a parody of a Frankie Lane song. And the actual Frankie Lane showed up to do it for them. Didn't realize it was a parody, and Mel Brooks was afraid to tell him.
Oh, yes. No, that was the best part. He, reportedly, like, there's the urban legend that he went to the, to the premiere and was just livid. Because, I mean, he owns it. Nobody tells him. He rode a blazing saddle. He wore a shining star. His job to offer battle to bad men near and far. He conquered fear and he conquered hate. He turned our night into day.
Your cat looks embarrassed of you.
She hates when I sing, and it's always Ripley, the goofy-ass one. She always gives me these judging eyes. I would say Minda does it too, but that's just her face.
She doesn't give a shit.
No, that's her face. She always looks like she's judging you.
But man, like, can you imagine, like, just being that run of films? Like, the producers, Blazing Saddles,
Young Frankenstein, Spaceballs, Robin Hood Men in Tights,
silent movie,
just History of the World Part 1, just chaining those together back to back to back.
Also, we need to acknowledge, nobody talks about silent movie. Silent movie is such a perfect parody of silent movies. The only character in the film who has a spoken line of dialogue is a mime.
I know, yes. The premise alone alienated so many people they didn't give it a chance.
It's so funny.
It's so fucking hilarious.
Because that movie is just, hey, Marty Feldman, you want a mug for an hour and a half? Of course.
Yes. Why wouldn't
My face looks like a frog's. What else am I going to do?
God. Let's see.
See, this is where it gets hard, because, like, parody movies really kind of disappeared.
Yeah, and the thing is, the ones that we get nowadays, you know what it is? You know why? It's because parody movies now parody specific scenes instead of overarching themes.
Well, it's the Seltzer-Freeberg thing is,
yeah,
instead of writing a parody, they string together references.
Yes, which is not funny.
No. Well, it's funny to dumb people, but
fair enough. It's basically like the same people that like those like anything Tyler Perry has ever directed.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Thank you. I agree with Doug Benson. Why has he not capitalized on the movie title Social Media?
Weird about Tyler Perry's movies. If you ever go watch his like stage plays, they're really
good,
biting, sharp satire.
Yeah, but then his movies, he just injects them with so much stereotypical, offensive behavior and over-the-top Christian morals that you can't take it seriously. It's so ridiculously unrealistic.
Because, yeah, like, Medea on stage is like a construct to demonstrate a point he's making.
Yes.
Medea in films is literally just, man, look at that guy dressed like Mammy from frickin' Gone with the Wind.
It's Tyler Perry choose scenery for 15 minutes. That guy's the most egotistical bastard I've ever seen. My mom decided that as a family we were going to watch Diary of a Mad Black Woman. And I have to say, that was before he got really crazy with it. Well, that's not necessarily a bad movie. It's just there were a lot of miscasts.
Yeah.
But like in the DVD commentary, there's this whole thing where they interview people in character about Tyler Perry.
God.
And one of the characters they interview about Tyler Perry
is Tyler Perry.
Is played by Tyler Perry. So he's sitting here going, "Oh, Tyler, this is Tyler Perry as a character Tyler Perry wrote, talking about Tyler Perry." And he goes, "Well, what Tyler Perry is he's like a cube, you know? And it's like a children's block. It's you flip it over, and every single side, it's a completely different face." And I was like, two things. That is the most, like, if you could have just sucked your own dick for that interview, you would have. Second, that's a really shitty metaphor.
Ogres are like onions. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, but hell no.
No, Tyler Perry's like a parfait. And nobody don't I know parfait. You know what, Donkey? I hate parfait. Because it's fruit with whipped cream on it. That's not a dessert.
You know, screw you, man. Parfaits are amazing. You got to get the right parfait. Because back in the day, I used to work at a grocery store chain that had a deli. And in the deli, they had parfaits. And these parfaits were basically a cupcake with mousse pudding and whipped cream on top. That's a good parfait. That parfait doesn't have anything remotely nutritious in it.
That's another thing. Animated parodies. Like, because
Shrek.
Shrek is a parody.
Yes, it's an obvious parody of
Disney.
Like, big time.
And it was, again, first Shrek is a smart parody, and it's funny. And then there's, like, 5 more.
And the second Shrek is good because, like basically, it took pot shots at specific stories, but not, like, specific scenes. And it wasn't just referencing. It was making jokes that didn't land unless you were familiar with the source material.
Yes, which is the point of a parody.
Yes, is you have to be familiar with the source material to get the joke.
And why, like, written parodies are so hard.
Very. Well, it's Mark Twain said something about satire and parody.
It's like the Harvard Lampoon's the only people who even try anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
Someday I should probably read. My wife has Nightlight.
What is that even about?
It's a parody of Twilight.
Oh, that sounds brilliant.
And
I immediately like it.
Well, I liked Board of the Rings, which is hilarious, but only if you, like, know the Lord of the Rings really well.
You must have read the books and the appendices.
And you have to know a lot of words.
Yeah.
Because they make a lot of puns that require you to know some really obscure words.
I absolutely love that. That's so great, Board of the Rings. I just like the title. It makes me happy.
Frito Buggins and his Uncle Dildo.
Of course. Fucking assholes.
Why is there not a Lord of the Rings porno?
There is.
Is his name Dildo?
It is Dildo.
Good.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, that's depressing. I've just realized that porno parodies are the most frequent type of parody still made. And a lot of times they are actually funnier than actual parodies.
Like Spider Babe. It's not good softcore. The Erotic Time Machine.
Although they've given up, now they just put like Scooby-Doo, a XXX parody.
Yeah, or like there's a Simpsons one. There's one there's a parody of Gilligan's Island called it's called Gulligan's Island. They didn't even try.
There's this company
and it's
now.
Clearly filmed in someone's backyard.
There's this company now called Wood Rocket, and all they make is weird porn parodies.
I already love them.
That are fucking terrifying. Like they made Strokemon.
Oh!
And they've got like a chick dressed like Pikachu, but her like head is covered in this disturbing paper mache helmet. Like just don't Google the actual video because porn is boring, let's be real. But the images of this thing.
I love
Google Dickachu.
Dickachu?
Yes.
Oh man, come on, dude. Come on.
Look, they
man.
just named the Brock parody Cock.
Great. Okay. There. So I have to say, okay. So everyone knows that sometimes child actors grow up to be porn stars. The kid who played Flick in A Christmas Story, the one who gets his tongue stuck.
Oh,
to
no.
the pole, his name is Scott Schwartz. He grew up to be a porn actor.
Okay.
He has starred in such great films as Dirty Bob's Excellent Adventures 36, subtitle Lube.
I remember when we found that title.
The other one is a movie I've never seen but eventually must track down. It's like a detective parody called The Wrong Snatch. And he plays Agent Dick Long and Hard. And I think that is utterly brilliant.
Yeah, also, I miss like feature-length pornos that only have like 2 sex scenes and the rest of it is just a garbage film. That's the best.
There was something I saw the last time I found myself in an institution of ill repute. I did, however, manage to catch it was a box set.
Oh, God.
And I noticed that it was priced at $60. Porno at $60. And I looked. And it was called, like, Space Cocks. And it was general sci-fi porn.
Oh, my God.
Right? But it followed a story. Like, there was, like, a storyline on the back. I looked, it was 16 hours long.
Holy shit.
16 consecutive hours of nonstop hardcore pornography with a theme.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know what's really depressing about porn parodies is sometimes their production values are better than actual Hollywood films. Because they did a porn parody of Batman. The Batman costume the porn actor had was better than the one in Dark Knight Rises.
Their entire budget just went right there.
Yes. And, you know, superhero parodies are generally hilarious because superheroes wearing their costumes while they have sex is funny.
Yes.
Especially when one of them is China, the wrestler, painted green.
She would be a She-Hulk.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, yeah.
Everybody's dying this year.
Yeah, dude.
Stop it, 2016.
Who was it? Gene Wilder just died, and I always thought that Prince was immortal, but I guess we were wrong.
Bowie.
Freaking him. The Venture Brothers. What? And Rick and Morty.
Oh my God.
Both of those series. What beautiful, flawless parodies.
Oh, man. And
Beautiful.
Venture Brothers is a parody of so many things, it becomes something that transcends a parody.
Like, I feel like Venture Brothers...
Because it's clearly a parody of Johnny Quest. Like,
yes, obviously,
initially.
it's a parody of Johnny Quest, and then they throw in so much shit. Like, basically, when they formed, like, the Triad with Dr. Orpheus, and then...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then...
The Alchemist and Jefferson Twilight Blackula Hunter.
Blackula Hunter, Jesus.
Which has my favorite line of the entire series. It's like, what do you sometimes hunt white vampires? I hunt blackulas. It's like, you hunt African Americans. Why don't you call them African American vampires? Sometimes they're British. I hunt black vampires. I don't know what the PC term for that is.
Yeah, blackulas. You know what?
Also, the alchemist is voiced by the guy who does Master Shake. And
yes. No, yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking Master Shake,
yes.
a generic black dude, and freaking Dr. Orpheus!
My favorite line he has ever said is, someone asks him, what is that?
That is a homeboy.
But beware, for it contains the souls of two foul-mouthed rednecks. That's why it's so on point, because everything is such an outrageous parody. The episode that just pokes fun at any time any cartoon has ever had, like, the ethereal being or the sufficiently advanced alien judging humanity, the Grand Galactic Inquisitor, that's voiced by Stephen Colbert, just constantly shouting, "Ignore me!"
Yes!
It's so spot on.
And of course, I am Dr. Henry Killinger, and this is my magic murder bag. And he's a parody of Mary Poppins, except he's a Nazi.
Yeah, he's a parody of Kissinger and Mary Poppins, and it's brilliant.
What are these? These are your venchmen.
It's a venchmen.
They're here to run the day-to-days. He's a supervillain makeover specialist.
He's basically Super Nanny, but for supervillains. It's amazing. The thing that I like...
the best character in any cartoon in the last 10 years, the Monarch!
Yes. Season 1 has his best scene.
I don't even know what he's a parody of, honestly, but he's so perfect.
He's a parody of...
I don't know.
Like, I hate saying this, but it's the guy that's basically Fu Manchu.
Is he supposed to be a parody of freaking that?
Not Fu Manchu, but like the guy from Johnny Quest who was always getting their crap.
Oh, yeah.
Because they also introduced an even more relatable parody of him later on.
Action Johnny.
Yeah. To coincide with that. Like,
yeah,
like that was the whole thing. But yeah, he's supposed to be a parody of just like the over-the-top costumed villain who just... he reminds me of Ming the Merciless.
Yeah.
Kinda.
God. The Monarch, Dr. Girlfriend, and numbers 21 and 24. That's the... You don't even need the rest of them.
Yeah, and then,
good.
Of course, like I said, Rick and Morty, it doesn't even deserve an introduction. It was clearly originally supposed to be a parody of Back to the Future.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be a parody of Mr. Peabody.
No, well, it's a parody of Back to the Future. That's why it's not Doc and Marty. It's Rick and Morty. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, it's actually more a parody of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Because of the trans-dimensional travels.
I'm gonna watch it someday.
Doctor Who?
No, Rick and Morty.
Okay, I was gonna say, because...
it's kind of hard to watch, because it's not on Netflix. It's not, like, in an easily accessible location online.
Hulu, I'm pretty sure, has Season 1 at least.
God, I gotta get Hulu.
Yeah, you do.
At least so I can watch that in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
You're welcome. I'm thinking... Well, that probably sums it up for probably, like, my favorite parodies.
Yeah.
They're just... They don't make them anymore, and mainly just because, and that's the difference, is you parody a whole genre, you take the things that appear in a lot of those movies, and you crank them up.
We've got to talk about the greatest unappreciated parody of this decade.
What?
Which was Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Yes! What an affectionate
Holy
parody.
Shit.
It was utterly brilliant. Dietrich Bader, I want him to be Batman in real life, but only if it's a goofy-ass Batman.
Every episode of that show is just them going, what's something that was really stupid in comic books or in comic book media? Let's do whatever we can to make it awesome.
The cold open where he's flirting with Catwoman, he's tied up like back to back to Green Arrow, and they're like doing like crime innuendos, and he just sits there and he goes, "Wait, are you flirting? Are you flirting?
Flirterers!
Flirterers!"
One of my favorite scenes is when they're fighting the crime gang, and one of them goes, "You can't hit me. I'm a woman. The hammers of justice are unisex."
The best part is
he called his fists the hammers of justice.
The best part is what they did is they took everyone's favorite version of every superhero,
and if there wasn't one, they made one up. Because nobody liked Aquaman. Batman Brave and the Bold Aquaman is the best character in the show.
I'll call it Aquaman's Underwater Adventures!
I think I'll call this one The Time Batman Led Us to the Wrong Island.
Dude, you do that, like, spot on.
Dude, I very rarely learn songs. I have memorized Aquaman's rousing song.
That's utterly brilliant.
I don't even know what made them think of doing it, but they went, everyone hates Aquaman. We tried making him cool with, like, the hook hand and the beard. What do? Why don't we just make him Voltan from Flash Gordon?
Let's just do this.
Just do that.
Yeah, done.
And it turns out, yes, that is the best version of Aquaman.
Yeah, you totally should have just done that the entire time.
It's like, what do? Let's give him a catchphrase. What is it? Outrageous!
I have expected him just to Excelsior!
But it's totally, they're like, okay, this is clearly we're going to combine every version of Batman. There aren't any good versions of Aquaman to combine. Let's just make Adam West Batman Aquaman.
Yeah, yes! And then they're like, well, who should we get to play Batman? Oswald from the Drew Carey Show. Perfect. You know he voiced Korgoth the Barbarian in its one episode?
And then they're like, all right, we need some feature players here. Let's get John DiMaggio to voice every other character.
Yeah, just because
he's Aquaman, he's Vigilante in that one cold open where they sing a, like, Western ballad about Batman. The gray and the blue.
Oh, yes! Oh, my God!
At one point in which Vigilante shoots a bad guy with the gun hidden in the neck of his guitar. They made Batmite not an irritating waste of time.
Yeah, it was just, it's such a well-done parody, and then it was another one of those things that kind of got screwed over on the Cartoon Network.
And it got even better once they were allowed to use Superman and Wonder Woman and stuff.
Yes!
The first time they used Wonder Woman was one of the greatest things ever. Because it just starts with Batman and Steve Trevor tied to missiles by Nazis.
Bingo, that's what you
led
need.
by the leader, Miss Nazi. And then you don't even see Wonder Woman. You just hear, Wonder Woman! And the whole rest of the cold open is set to her 70s TV show theme.
Yes! It's so good.
God, I loved Batman the Brave.
It's because it's worth loving.
Nothing made me happier than when there was a new episode of that show.
Yeah.
Because every episode is good.
Did it get 2 or 3 seasons?
It's got 3 seasons.
3 seasons. At least it got that much.
Well, they did a musical episode. And they enjoyed doing that so much, they would randomly put musicals, songs in other episodes. Because they did, we need to have the Birds of Prey girl team up. How do we facilitate this? Batman has amnesia. How are they going to find him? They pretend to be the main act in a nightclub and sing a song about how all the superheroes have tiny dicks except for Batman.
Brilliant cover.
They don't even change out of their costumes. They just do it.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm Huntress.
Yeah, it's Huntress, Black Canary, and Catwoman.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't have Oracle because Batgirl isn't in that show. But, yeah.
Whatever.
And they even, they went through all the stages of Robin. They went through Robin in the little green shorts. They went through Robin with the yellow tights under the green shorts. And then they went to the first Nightwing costume with the giant 70s collar and the slit down to his belly button.
No! You mean, who else? There's someone, I feel like that's the Siegfried and Roy outfit.
Yeah.
That's what that is, just...
They even gave him
hair.
Robin's 1970s classic arch nemesis, Killer Moth, who fights things with color.
Oh boy!
But see that it was a smart parody. It was fun for little kids because big action, wacky stuff.
But we could get stuff
like the scene where Batmite's just, we need to make Batman cooler, and he flicks him through other versions of Batman.
That's amazing.
They flick him through Keaton Batman, Zebra Batman, which was real from the comics, Adam West Batman.
The Saturday morning cards, the Diniverse Batman? Or do we count that as Michael Keaton Batman?
No, they did that one too.
Good.
And then they did an episode where Batman went back in time and teamed up with his father, who was voiced by Adam West.
Yes!
To fight crime.
Oh!
Also, I can't explain how excited I am, because they do these DC animated direct-to-DVD movies. I buy all of them because I'm a sucker. I like them. They're usually really good. The next one that's coming out, because they just did The Killing Joke, and the last couple have been kind of serious. The next one is 1960s Batman, voiced by Adam West and Burt Ward and Julie Newmar.
Okay, you're getting me.
And they're just doing an animated 60s Batman.
Yes!
And they got all the actors back.
I
all the
love
ones
it.
who are still alive.
Yeah, because I think Cesar Romano...
Cesar Romero's dead.
Cesar Romero's, like, super dead.
I think
Cesar Romano. Sorry. That's the guy from the Dog Whisperer, isn't it? No, that's Cesar Milan. Oh, God, I suck! Oh, yeah, so Cesar Cheese.
Ray Romano.
And also the last thing before we go is I just want to mention that the greatest...
Tick is coming back.
Really?
Live action, Amazon Prime exclusive.
I'll take it.
Yes.
It's good.
There's a teaser trailer. Go find it. It looks pretty good.
Done. Animaniacs.
Oh.
There you go.
Holy
I'm just gonna...
I've been watching that with my wife.
Yeah.
That and Freakazoid, and I lumped them together because they were made by the same teams.
Yeah, and they cross over sometimes for fun.
I don't understand why I liked it when I was a kid, because watching it as an adult, there are no jokes for children.
It's all adult jokes. You know, it's the flashing lights and the simple violence.
Yeah.
That's what we liked as kids.
I guess, because, watching it's like, I understand this.
Yeah,
Because I have absorbed an irresponsible amount of pop culture in my life.
Yes, yeah. And so I'm watching, I'm like, they're making a joke about Bill Clinton. How would I have ever gotten that joke as a child?
It's in the theme song. Or like the first
Bill
episode,
Clinton plays the sax.
There's the first episode of Freakazoid has a joke about Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, they never would have gotten that. The fact they're both created by Steven Spielberg. Good lord.
Or freaking that one Slappy Squirrel cartoon where the entire thing, it's set at Woodstock. And it's who's on first.
Yeah.
With bands that no kid has heard of any of the band. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't realize those were all real bands.
The Band.
It's The Band, Yes, and Who.
Oh my god. And I love those bands,
Those
too.
are great bands. But when I was, 7, when I saw it the first time, I just thought they were telling a funny joke. I was like, no, those are real bands who all were actually at Woodstock.
Yes. So go watch Animaniacs again. You're gonna love it.
It's all on Netflix.
It's utterly brilliant.
Holy crap. That's one of those I'm sure everyone has heard. Oh, the Animaniacs, or they watched it back then, or they're not old enough to...
Go back and watch it again. It's still perfectly
brilliant. It is
brilliant.
a completely different experience as an adult.
And it's good.
And it's really good. It's so good. And it's educational.
Yeah.
I learned a lot.
Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru.
The 50 states and capitals, which is how I passed that test in 8th grade.
I legitimately, though, the one that I always remember is just Wacko going, Boise, Idaho. Yeah. Just because that Ringo Starr voice gets me every time.
Also, there's a lot of really dirty jokes in that show.
Fingerprints?
I don't think so. That was one of those just... Or in that one scene when they're talking to the teacher. I had forgotten about this one. Wacko, do you know how to conjugate? No, ma'am. I've never even kissed a girl.
Yes, oh my gosh.
Come up here and conjugate with me. Don't look.
Oh, God.
I gotta imagine that the recording of that show took forever. Especially for Rob Paulson, because he's the one who usually had to say all of those.
Yes, the poor guy.
It's
just the awesome poor guy.
giggling like madmen. Because I've seen, con panels of him and, Jess Harnell. They can't keep their shit together when they're near each other. And it's the same with, Billy West and anybody. It's just
can't do it.
How do you even record those shows? Because it looks like everyone was having so much fun.
Yeah, I bet Billy West and Phil LaMarr just riff.
Well, I mean, the two of them could record an entire episode of Futurama by themselves. Because if Leela wasn't in the episode, I think the two of them were the entire main cast. No, because you need John DiMaggio.
Yeah, you need John DiMaggio.
Because he's in everything.
He has to be. If you don't play, if you play Bender, you must play Jake.
Yes. And speaking of parodies and satire, go on Billy West's Twitter. Because I don't care what your political leanings are, Billy West reading Donald Trump quotes as Zap Brannigan.
That's amazing.
It's the funniest.
Oh my god. I shat my pants. I did.
So funny.
Alright, I think that's all we got time for tonight.
Yes. We sort of discussed parody.
We did. We discussed it most of the time.
In a long, circuitous, football-shaped line.
That works.
Yes.
We've known each other for a long time. It's bound to happen.
Yes.
But follow, subscribe, like, comment. You can follow me on Twitter at @ProfThursday.
And I'm at Count Crory.
Thank you very much for listening, listeners. And hit us up with any ideas you'd like to hear in our podcast, because we are very open-minded.
Yes, please. We're not running out of ideas, but we will eventually just degenerate into nonsense. Because neither one of us have an attention span, because we were raised by television.
Favorite voice actors with the last name West. Adam and Billy. There's one episode we can bang.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.